welcome back to Premier League Dad. How are you all doing? My name is Kee. We are live for Kazakhstan against Wales. We've got a FIFA World Cup qualifier this afternoon. So, yeah, interesting game this one. Craig Bellamy managing Wales. They won the reverse fixture in this one. I think it was 3-1, wasn't it? So, a big old game this one for Wales. Are they going to be able to get the qualification spot in this group? Because that's the important thing to remember, by the way. In these World Cup qualifying groups, there is only one automatic spot. Wales currently 1 point behind North Macedonia, who are leading that group. But there's also Belgium, who beat Wales last time out, although it was a slender one. They were 3-0 down, Wales. Belgium managed to nick it in the end. I think Wales dragged it back to 3-3, and then Belgium nicked it 4-3 in the end. So feels like this is a really big game for Wales. They have to go there and win in Kazakhstan. It's in Astana, this game. Kicks off at 3 p.m. It's live on BBC One if you're able to watch along with us. And it's going to be a really interesting game, I think. Yeah, looking forward to it. Shelley, Ostermorg, how's it going? Ostermorg, Kumas is not in the Wales 11. He's on the bench. So yeah, Lewis Kumas is... He is in the squad, but he's on the bench. I'll talk you through the lineup shortly. In fact, we'll do the lineups now. Why not? So, for Kazakhstan, it is Anur Bakov in goal, Kasim Miley, Alip at the back, Kairov and Vorogoski. Then in midfield, it's Orazov, Kasabulat and Kenjebek. And then up front, it's Samorodov and the young 17-year-old that Chelsea have just signed, by the way. He plays for Astana. Sorry, he plays for Kairat in Kazakhstan. He's 17 years of age. Chelsea have just signed him. He's a real Kazakh wonder kid. It's Dastan Satpayev. So he's up front for Kazakhstan today. For Wales, it's Darlow in goal. A back three of Lawler, Davis and Mepham, with Nico Williams on the left and Thomas on the right. Midfield three of Sheehan, Cullen and Harry Wilson. And then it's Brennan Johnson and Kiefer Moore up front. So there you go, there's your lineups. We've got two games today, by the way, on the channel. We're going to be watching Kazakhstan v Wales, and then tonight we're going to be watching Luxembourg against Northern Ireland, so another British team. So whatever you're doing today, I don't know whether maybe you're in work, maybe you're in college, maybe it's your day off. I don't know. Whatever's going on with you, let me know, and we can have a chinwag. We can have a chat. Hopefully, all's good with you and whatever you're doing. Ben, yes, the Key. How's it going? DC Key Sports News. Just call me Jeff Stelling. Shelley Poboli Cymru. Is that how you say that? Poboli Cymru. Oliver Sims. Wales are going to win this one 3-1. Be yourself, Dylan. Hi. How's it going, Dylan? Good to see you. Joe, finished college early. How are you, pal? I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm really good today. Actually, I don't know, actually. I don't know if I am okay. Because I may not have cooked chicken particularly thoroughly earlier today. It wasn't one of my finest moments. I knew I had the live, and I took some chicken out of the freezer, to defrost. And I'm not 100% sure if I defrosted it all the way through. And I was in a bit of a hurry. I threw it in the pan. And it was cooked fully through, but just feeling a little bit queasy off the back of it. So I may have had some dodgy chicken. I'm hoping I haven't. I'm hoping that I'm fine and I have cooked it before there's any issues with it. But I'm not feeling so hot. Shelley, hope your pup is better. He's been given some Metacam, which is only 15 quid, but it cost me 70 quid for the vets to tell me he needed Metacam this morning. So, yeah, I'm 85 quid down from a vet visit this morning from my poor Dashund. And also, they've told us he might need to have his teeth out, because he's got an infection in one of his teeth. So we might have to pay nearly 500 quid. Depending on how many teeth he has to have out. I might need to pay nearly 500 quid for my dog to have his teeth out. I don't know where we're finding this money, because I'm skint. But 500 quid to have my dog's teeth out, or he's just going to be in agony. I'm not saying this for I'm not saying this for attention or anything, or you know, give me. I really am just letting you. I've had an absolute morning. Shelley, not good. I know, poor pup. It's a shame for him. It is a shame. He's okay. He's not in pain or anything. He still wants his treats, and he still wags his tail and wants to go for a walk and all that. And that's, you know, he still gets all that. He's still fine, but he's definitely like not himself. I am Crute says, now then, Key. It's my birthday today, 26. What game are you watching today, boss? Well, first off, many happy returns, mate. 26. Great times, great years. Hopefully you've not tied yourself down and you've still got a bit of time to travel the world and do all that magical stuff. But yeah, 26, great times, mate. Enjoy it. So, yeah, happy birthday. What game are we watching? I'm watching 2 games today. First game I'm watching is Kazakhstan-Wales. That is on BBC One. You can watch it. It's live on terrestrial telly. So we're watching Kazakhstan v Wales. Straight after Kazakhstan v Wales, we've got Luxembourg against Northern Ireland tonight. So 2 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. And, yeah, it's going to be a good day. Lots of good fun. Shelley, happy birthday. There you go. Even Shelley on YouTube's wishing you happy birthday, Crute. Liverpool back on our perch. What a free kick by Sobbo. Yeah, what a finish it was as well, mate. Love that. I'm a Liverpool fan too, so I loved it. It was absolutely fantastic. Suzanne72, what time's kickoffs? So it's 3 p.m. here, Suzanne. For Wales, it kicks off in 22 minutes. It's on BBC One. And then Northern Ireland away at Luxembourg in their FIFA World Cup qualifier is a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. So we've got maybe an hour or two in between where I'm not going to be live. I'll come back on later on tonight. But that is also live on BBC. You can get it on iPlayer, or I think it's on BBC Northern Ireland if you've got that. Dylan, since my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer, I've been walking 10k steps each day to raise money. I was going to ask you, I was going to message you about that as well, because you told us it was about a month ago, wasn't it? I was just going to see how you was doing, but oh mate, that's really, really good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully it's all going well. If anyone does want to, I don't know if there's a link to donate or anything like that, but if anyone does want to go and check out Dylan's cause, go and have a look at his channel. Dylan's a really, really cool guy, really, really nice lad who does a lot of good stuff. And yeah, sending love to your mum, mate. I really am. Shelley, Northern Ireland is BBC 3. Is BBC 3 even still going? I thought that had finished. Calm the Red, next summer's sorted already for the Reds. Are you on about Michael Elise? Michael Elise coming in to replace Mo Salah. I am Crute in work tonight, unbelievably, but I've booked a week off from Saturday. Good lad. What are you doing with your week off? Have you decided? NUFC KS, hello mate. Good to see you, NUFC KS. How's it going? Joe, going to get on some coursework in a bit, so I'll only be on for a short while. Hey, listen, mate, you prioritise your college stuff, definitely. Come on when you can, obviously, but don't let us distract you. Get your college stuff done. What is it again, I'm intrigued, but you don't have to tell me, but what is it you're studying? What are you building towards at college? Sounds cool. What we saying? NUSC case going good, you? Yeah, alright mate, all good at this end. Enjoying life. I'm still here. Hopefully it's all's good with you. I am Crute, first day of my week off. I'm going back to work for lunch with my mates. And then going to chill out though. Lovely. Nice. I really want to get some time in to play the new FIFA, because it's out in a couple of weeks, innit? I genuinely haven't been on any game. Like, I wouldn't say I was like an avid video gamer or anything like that. But I loved having a game of FIFA, and I didn't mind like Red Dead Redemption and GTA and stuff like that. Loved playing them. But I genuinely haven't touched me game controller probably since like December last year, January. So I'm really rooting on the FIFA. When FIFA comes out in a few weeks' time, I'm going to get it, and I might do a few play-alongs with it. Joe, I'm wanting to do a graphic design course at uni, so I picked media and design. Oh, lovely. Well, I've I've had to learn how to do very basic design to make thumbnails and all sorts. I'm crap at it. I'm awful at it. So I'll probably need your help at some point in the future, mate. Asdren, you need to really. Yeah, I'm hoping so. Be yourself, Dylan. It's out 19th of September. Red Dead 2 is single-handedly the best story ever written. And are you going to play GTA 6 when that comes out? Yes. Yeah, so when GTA 6 comes out, I definitely will. Red Dead, I could play over and over and over again. I'm still not entirely over Arthur's death in Red Dead. I'm still cut up by that. I was never expecting it to happen. I really wasn't. And then when it happened, I was a bit like, oh, that's such an anticlimax to the game. And then you carry on playing as Jim Marston for a little bit longer. Loved all that. How good was Red Dead? I might even play that again just for a laugh before we start FIFA. Callum, he's crap at it. He doesn't pronounce his CR right. What are you on about? Who's CR? What are we on about? CR. I don't know who that is. I've completed it 6 or 7 times and I still tear up at the last ride every time. Yeah. Going back into camp. Oh, hey. Right, well, we are 17 minutes away from kickoff here. Wales need to get a win in Astana, in Kazakhstan. Are they going to get it done? Be yourself, Dylan. I played The Last of Us. It was insane. So, I've got a question then, Dylan, about The Last of Us, because I don't mind playing. That's a zombie game, right? Isn't it? It's a zombie game. I have no problem playing that, but are they the fast zombies or the slow zombies? Because, like, I think I'm... I always panic when it was like, if it's Resident Evil, like I remember I played Resident Evil back at, they charge at you. Yeah, no, I'm good, I'll pass. I'd panic on that. See, I remember playing Resident Evil when I was a bit younger. I used to play Resident Evil and they're just like, just staggering at you. Couple of bullets, it's all good. That would have been sound. But as soon as it starts to be chasing at you, then, oh no, I'm out. Shelley, are you ready to sing the Welsh anthem, Kee? Hen Wlad Fi Nadal. Is that what that is? Surely I've not pronounced that right. Hen Wlad Fi Nadal. You two need to stop flirting with each other, you, Callum and Shelley. Be yourself. Oh, we've done that one. Sorry, Joe. I thought media and design would be the best options to pick at college if I wanted a job in graphic design. To be honest, mate, I would argue if you want a job in graphic design, it kind of stands and falls based on how good your portfolio is. Like, you could probably get a job in... If you're good at graphic design now, you get a job in graphic design now. Do it. Go for it. Get yourself on Fiverr or Freelancer or, you know, any of them websites where you can chat. Christ, I'd probably pay if I had money. If I had money, I'd pay for someone to do my thumbnails because I am shocking at them. I am crude, I'll fully admit, if I was alive back then, I'd have been a criminal. You'd have been, oh, what's his name? What's his name who you break out of jail? Oh, bro, I've lost my head here. No DNA, no fingerprints. Zombie stuff needs to be your World War Z zombies. Be yourself, Dylan. Who's flirting? Bloody Callum and Shelley on YouTube here. One's a blue, one's a red, and they both start. Well, I mean, it's not both really. Shelley's lovely. Callum just starts calling her names. But we like Callum. He's all right. Leon, Kee, we really appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, mate. Love yous all. It's all good. Hopefully we get a good game of football because we're on a bit of a run of 0-0s at the minute, aren't we? And 1-0s and kind of dull and drab games. I hope I've not picked another crap one. Micah Bell. That was it. Micah Bell. I was thinking what was his name? Micah Bell. Micah. Yeah, he was a rat in, wasn't he? Callum, yeah, we like Kee. He's alright just about, yeah. Peter K. Cyborg. The Peter K. Cyborg from bloody Wherever you said I'm off. Joe, right, I'm off. I'll see you later tonight. No worries, Joe. Take it easy, man. Have a good day. Enjoy your whatever you're doing at college. Your coursework, sorry, innit? I'd say I had tuberculosis when in reality I'd have a cold. Dutch Vanderland. See, I'm probably more of a Dutch. Indecisive. Doesn't know who to trust. And then inadvertently sides with Micah Bell. Shelley, Callum, I'm in my mid-50s, but half of that, you made me day. You don't sound like you're in your mid-50s, Shelley. Exactly, this woman's too old. She's an old person. Listen, behave yourself, Callum. Hey, wind your neck in. Have a little beat. Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman, Callum. She's a lady as shell. Do you know what? Wales were really, really good in that game. I remember because it cost me money. I had Belgium or draw under 7 goals, and it was Belgium were 3-0 up. Wales got it back to 3-3, and then in the last minute, Kevin De Bruyne scored the winner, 4-3, and it cost me about a fortune. It was a good 600-700 quid. I am Crute anyways, boss. I'm off as I've got to get ready for work, but I'll catch up with you later on. Take it easy, man. See you later tonight. Key will be joining there soon. Hey, hang on a minute. I'm nowhere near. I'm still in the prime of Lime. The absolute prime of Lime. Fighting fit. I reckon I still take my boots to Anfield when I go watching a game just in case they need me. Like shit off a shovel, me. Is the Wales game on iPlayer? It's just on BBC One. Yeah, wherever you are, you can watch it on BBC One. Ian Davis, thank you for the follow, Ian. But yeah, Lou, it's on. It's just on normal BBC, mate. The Scrum Down Live, afternoon Key. Are you not doing some work or are you scrounging? The Scrum Down Live. Can we see Wales getting thumped here? I can't see it. Kazakhstan haven't won. I think the only game that they've won in World Cup qualifying was against Liechtenstein, who are maybe one of the few teams worse than Kazakhstan. However, we do already have Astana qualified for the World Cup, don't we? Isn't it? Uzbekistan have already qualified for the World Cup. I think the first ever Stan to qualify. There are lots of Stan countries. Pakistan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. And, the first Stan ever to qualify for a World Cup, Uzbekistan. But, yeah, Kazakhstan would have to do incredibly well to qualify. They'd have to win today for a start. They lost the reverse fixture in this one back in Wales, 3-1. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Scrum Down Live, I'm just on a toilet break, pal. Oh, so you've got a break for a couple of hours then. Arab Joe, I watched the Ghana game. Oh, Ghana. Oh, yeah, Ghana. Who are Ghana playing? They're in the AFCON. Not the AFCON. It's the World Cup qualifying in Africa, isn't it? Who they were playing? I saw it was the 1-0 up, weren't they? I can't remember who they were playing though. Ostermore Jordan qualified, which is a mad one, isn't it? I didn't see that Jordan had qualified. Yeah, that's a good one. Calliope, hey, you see the green top next to the orange top? The next to it is red and white. Like which one? The green top next to the orange top, that one, yeah, is Betis. So I've got Valencia there. I've got Betis there. That is Atletico Madrid, and then that is Liverpool, and then I've got Fiorentina, Ajax, Villarreal, PSG. Behind me here, I think is... Oh, there's Lazio. Sorry, that one's Lazio. And then... Oh, Juventus. And then... Oh, I don't know what the one behind me is. I can't remember. Ghana are playing Chad. Chad! Shelley, didn't Craig Bellamy play for your lot, Key? He did, yeah. And do you know what? And we sold him as well. He's the only Liverpool player, I believe, that we've signed... twice. As in, we've paid a fee for twice. Technically, we signed Fabio Aurelio twice as well. But I'm pretty sure we signed Craig Bellamy twice for actual money, anyway, from another club. And we never should have let him go, because he was a really, really good player. Callum, what's your bet today, Key? I have got Lithuania draw no bet against Malta. I've got Germany away at Slovakia. I've got Sweden away at Slovenia. That's tomorrow. France. I don't know who France have got. Who France got? I've got a few, mate. I've got like a long list. I've got an accord. I'll run through it with you if you want. D28, Key Thomas. Ian Davis, hi Key, greetings from Wales. Good to see you, Ian, and thank you again for subscribing. Really appreciate that, mate. Lisha, what nation are you doing on Friday? You should dive out of what you already know and watch Sudan v Senegal. Well, I want to watch Sweden. I want to watch Sweden against Slovenia, just because it's Alexander Isak, and I feel like there's a vested interest in seeing the first game Alexander Isak plays as a Liverpool player. So I'm going to watch a bit of Alexander Isak tomorrow. So if you want to join me for that, if you're a Liverpool fan, make sure you've followed, make sure you've liked and subscribed, all that good stuff. Ian, Wales on a good run under Bellamy. They are. Listen, I like Craig Bellamy. I think he's perfect for the Wales job. Ex-Liverpool, some good ex-Liverpool players in this squad as well. Obviously, Harry Wilson, Nico Williams. Yeah, a couple of really good Wales players. WATP, these the players that beat Celtic on penalties? Pretty much, yes. In fact, the centre-forward tonight for Kazakhstan is Satpayev. He does play for Kairat Almaty that knocked Celtic out. So yeah, there you go. We've got a Rangers fan in the chat who's pretty excited by the Kazakhs. Callum, I've got Wales today, Northern Ireland today, France, Germany and Scotland. You've got Scotland away at Denmark. Oh, I don't like that, Callum. See, I've backed Denmark to win that one. Yeah, I don't think for 1 second Scotland get anything in Copenhagen. But again, we shall see. The Scrum Down Live, best Welsh player ever. That's not even close. Ian Rush. Ian Rush. Nah, it's not. I liked Ian Rush, but I think it's got to be Gareth Bale, hasn't it? Maybe Neville Southall as well is up there. Giggs you'd have to mention, but he's a rat, isn't he? So you can't really mention Giggs. For me, it would be Bale, Rush, Southall. Giggs is overrated. Do you know what? Giggs is basically just the James Milner of Man United. And I like James Milner, but I think Milner was better. Shelley, depends what era. Yeah, I mean, you could go back. Obviously, you could go back to John Charles in the 50s, the 60s. You know, the gentle giant sort of thing. There was lots of good Wales players fairly early back. I wouldn't go Ryan Giggs, mate. No, it's hard to separate the art from the artist, isn't it? Lou, I'm on Kaza for corners here, lad, from 5 to 11. Kazakhstan to get between 5 and 11 corners. Jesus Christ, I dread to think what you wouldn't bet on, Lou. Ryan, I was shocked when I saw Eric Lamela now coaches Alexis Sanchez at Sevilla. Where has the time gone? Lisha, ever watched Sudan or Senegal? I've watched Senegal, yeah, we've done the AFCON on here. Callum, it's my country, bro. Can't go against my own country. I'm Scottish, so always go for Scotland. Okay, I'll let you off then. AM10, I like Wales, and I like that they picked Lewis Koumas, as I think he's a big talent. Lewis Koumas is on the bench today. So again, remains to be seen whether or not he's actually able to get some playing time. WATP says Aaron Ramsey or Matondo. Rabbi Matondo. Not Rabbi, it's Rabbi, innit? It's Rabbi Matondo, not Rabbi. Rabbi Matondo. Callum, we've done that one. Sorry, Shelley, well said. Rob Earnshaw. AM10, did you know Isak is the first player to play for Liverpool with Alexander in their name? Is he really? Blimey, there you go. Alexander. Actually, I don't think that is true, because we had Alexander Manninger. Alexander Manninger in goal. We've had a few Alexes. What we saying? Lisha, don't you start. An absolute insult to Giggs. Mate, he went with his brother's missus when she was pregnant. Like, come on. Superstar. Key, come on. How's it going, Superstar? Good to see you, man. Clarky, I know some of the Northern Ireland players. Does Connor Bradley start tonight for UK? Yes. Yes, absolutely. He captains Northern Ireland tonight. I'm sure he does. Swifty says Giggs is morally bankrupt. Got to, man. He's got. This is it. You can't separate the art from the artist. At the end of the day, if you know a footballer's like that. Same with John Terry. I like John Terry a lot as a centre back. It's kind of hard, isn't it, when you think about the whole Wayne Bridge and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not really my thing. Jake, what's the 7:45 PM stream are you doing? 7:45 PM stream I'm doing is Northern Ireland away at Luxembourg. So there's a potential giant killing going on there in Luxembourg. 7:45 World Cup qualifier. Alfie, God bless you and all of your close ones. Alfie, God bless you too. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Daz Reynolds, what time is kickoff, please? It kicks off in 2 minutes. They're literally lining up now. They're ready to go. Oh, I've got another subscriber. I've just seen my subscriber count fly up there. That's nice. I'm very close to 5750. So if you want to go and help me out, get over to YouTube. Premier League Dad. I'm live on YouTube right now. If you want a slightly different view, you know, better audio. Scoreboard. Go and check it out, YouTube. Premier League Dad. Jake, I'm going to watch the Germany game to watch Voltamada. Haven't a clue when England is playing. England play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Because my mum and dad, funnily enough, my mum and dad are in Blackpool tomorrow. And my dad was like, hey, what games are on? What games are on at 6 o'clock tomorrow night? I'm gonna take your mum to watch them. She thinks she's in for a little weekend away in Blackpool. Which is glamorous already. But I'm going to take her for watch a bit of football. So my mum's absolutely delighted by that, I'm sure. But yeah, England v Andorra is going to be wonderful, I'm sure. Clarky, is it at Villa Park? England, Andorra? No, I don't think it is. I think it'll be at Wembley. No, aren't we playing away? I say we. I don't like we. They're not. They don't speak for me, England. Andorra versus England. Right, okay. So it is. Oh no, it is. Yeah, it is at. Whereabouts is it? It's got to be at Wembley, surely. Oh no, it is at Villa Park. Why is it at Villa Park? That's mad. Why are they going back round the country again? I always preferred it when England played random games at, you know, Stadium of Light, Anfield, Old Trafford, Villa Park. I love that. That's well better. Instead, they start, you know, having all that at bloody Wembley and friendlies and everything. Andorra's at Villa Park. Crazy. Well, right, well, they're about to get underway here in Astana Stadium for only the second ever meeting between Wales and Kazakhstan, for what it's worth. Wade Dodd said, your dad's a legend. Oh, Christ, don't say it. I mean, he'll have a big head. He's probably listening along to this, actually. Sometimes, if he's watching the game, he'll be sat there on his iPad and he'll have, like, me on the iPad, just kind of, like, browsing along occasionally, and then he'll be watching the game. It's his little way of supporting me. Love you lots, Dad, if you're watching. Right, so we're about to get underway here, and we are underway here. It's Kazakhstan who get us underway in Astana. Is it a plastic pitch? I think it is, you know. What is it with plastic pitches? It's an absolute nightmare to play on. Looks like a carpet, but you just know you're going to get them little black ball bearings stuck in your feet, stuck in your socks. Lisha, couldn't get any romantic, your dad, Key. Oh, he's funny. I mean, to be honest, you say he couldn't get more romantic. He's already taken her to Blackpool. That's That's about as romantic as it gets. But do you know what though? Like Blackpool I'm not knocking Blackpool. It is rough. It is rough. But it's good fun on a night out. It is. It's a laugh. As long as you're not like stuck up or snobby or out like that. And I mean, we don't profess to be anything other than we're common as muck. You can go and have a laugh in Blackpool. You can have a laugh anywhere. Swifty, I'm so disinterested in England at present. I have been for years. I'm the same. Yeah, feel the same as yourself. Toloco, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Filippo Stevanin, Real Madrid, Ronaldo, Cristiano. What about him? Shelley, my hubby hates footy. And you still married him? Bloody hell, Shelley. What did you do there? Nah, do you know what? I can understand that. My missus hates football as well. I don't know if I'd like a missus who I don't know if I'd like my wife to love football as much as I do. I feel like it'd become a bit competitive, especially if she didn't support the team that I did. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't. But I don't have any interest in the stuff that she has interest in. She doesn't really have any interest in the stuff I have interest in. But it's funny, innit? As long as you'd have a laugh, that's the main thing. Deb7, Man City, please. What about Man City? How's it going, Deb? Clarkey, Harry Maguire should be in the England squad. Slabhead? Big Slabby Slabhead? Why is he going in the England squad? There's too many better centre-backs for Harry Maguire to be in the England squad. Empty, maybe it's because he's watching the Toffees play. I mean, that'd make people hate football enough, wouldn't it? There's Evertonians hate football just from supporting Everton. Deb, are you selling shirts? I am not selling shirts. No. As you can see up here, I watch football matches. This is just a lovely little collection that I've acquired over the years. I've got lots of football shirts. But yeah, I don't really have any Man City shirts. Well, not even don't really. I have one. I have a Man City shirt from about 1998, 99. It's got IDOS on the front. It might even be earlier than that. So yeah, what we all up to today? Give us an update on whatever you're doing today, or even whatever you've got planned this weekend. Actually, that's really good play down the left-hand side. Kazakhstan, much better from Kazakhstan. Claim for a penalty. No, it's gone behind for a corner. Yeah, let me know what you're thinking for this weekend. Have you got any plans? Anything in particular that you're doing or excited about? Maybe not even this weekend. Maybe anything you've got coming up that you're excited about. Shelley, well, the idea is he watches Corrie and Emmerdale and I watch Footy in Peace. See, me and my missus have got that arrangement, really, but it's the other way around. And instead of Corrie and Emmerdale, she doesn't really like Corrie and Emmerdale. She focuses on, what does she watch? Oh, I mean, she watches some crap. Grey's Anatomy. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She's watching a lot of that recently. She can watch Jersey Shore. She's watched reruns of that recently. Kardashians, all that stuff. Oh, it's absolute junk. And what's that other one? Is it Killing Zoe or Killing Eve? Killing Eve it is, not Killing Zoe. Killing Eve. She likes watching that as well. Arab Joe, Satpayev playing. Yeah, Satpayev is up front for Kazakhstan. The 17-year-old that has been signed by Chelsea. Clarkey, does she watch EastEnders, Kate? She doesn't know. We're not... Genuinely, if you took the telly off us and just left her with, Netflix or, Disney Plus or Amazon Prime or whatever, she'd be fine with that. There's not really an awful lot she watches, a weekly series or anything like that. It's just usually binge watching box sets. And to be honest, she's not really even what we don't watch a lot of telly. Really don't. Apart from football, it wouldn't bother me if I never watched telly again. It's not really anything that I watch. But hey, to each their own. Everyone's got their own things, haven't they? Everyone likes different stuff. Different strokes for different folks and all that. I've decided I'm going to start doing some walking, you know, like taking videos and walking along and sort of walking and talking videos, I guess, on YouTube and on TikTok. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start going for a morning walk with the dog and doing like a daily debrief of football. And this is what I've been thinking about over the last 24 hours. And I don't know, just a general walk and talk. I might do one of them every day. Maybe not every day. I won't commit to every day because I know I'll end up screwing it up. But if I did maybe 2 or 3 a week, that'd be a good start, wouldn't it? Can have a chat about them. AM10, who plays left wing now for Liverpool with Isak up top? I think it'll be a sort of amalgamation of Gakpo and Ekatike. So it might well be that I think Ekatike starts against Burnley after the international break. I would be amazed if Isak started for Liverpool straight away. He's probably on the bench and works his way into the team. But Ekatike, I think, starts. Probably Gakpo on the left. And then in time, once they're both up and running, I imagine maybe Ekatike moves to the left. Maybe he moves to the bench and Gakpo stays in the team. It just gives us competition. It gives us opportunities. Swifty, Ekatiki's going to get shifted wide and become unhappy. Well, he plays quite wide for us, or starts quite wide for us anyway. And he's done that all his career. Even at Eintracht Frankfurt, he often started left and Marmoush went through the middle, and then sometimes they'd switch mid-game. I think you'll find that. Liverpool do that quite regularly anyway. You'll see Salah start on the right and then drift into the middle and become like a centre-forward. Sometimes you'll see Gakpo do the same. How many... Christ, that exact thing happened against Bournemouth. Ekatike went wide. Gakpo picked the ball up centrally and scored. Ekatike got the assist. Superstar says Kazakhstan are going to park the bus this whole game, aren't they? Well, it's a Wales corner. It's the first real chance for them to have a go. I think Kazakhstan will take a point as... Would they take it as a point gained? I know it's Wales, and they're a tough side in this group, probably the second favourites in this group, but I feel like if you're Kazakhstan and you actually aiming to qualify for the World Cup, then you've got to go for these games. AM10, Isak also drifted wide at Newcastle when he was up front with Wilson. I agree. Yeah, this is the thing. I imagine we see that sort of thing happen again. Isak drifting into the left and Ekatike drifting into the left occasionally too. I think Ekatike's developed enough to play centrally. He'll want to play 9 for France. And he can do. But even the French national team have... different things going on, don't they? They have Dembele, they have Mbappe, and those sometimes start left and drift through the middle. They have like a dynamic front three. So you've got to be able to play across the front three and go into the channels, and I imagine Ekatike will do that. Shelley, video blog, and we get to see the pup. I can do that, yeah, I can show you my little... I was gonna say then I can show you my little sausage. He is my sausage dog, but I won't say that because that doesn't sound right. Tom just got me ticket for Barcelona at St James's in 2 weeks. Can't bloody wait. Yes, that's gonna be immense. It's 2 weeks that. What a game that's gonna be under the lights at St James's. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski. That's gonna be some game. Two weeks today. Love that. AM10, Sturridge and Suarez. That's true. Yeah, again, there have been lots of clubs who've had more than one top centre forward. I remember Drogba and Anelka for Chelsea competing, and they ended up working them in. I think Anelka ended up getting... Didn't Anelka finish top scorer one season? FM No Casuals, come on Wales. Marcus Rashford as well, yeah, forgot about Marcus Rashford. LFC fan, wow, that's sus, Key. Well, he is my little sausage dog. That is my little sausage dog. But I probably shouldn't have used that sentence just in a really disparaging, not a disparaging, a really casual way. I didn't really think it through. I can show you my little sausage. Taylor H, how long you been doing these watch-alongs, Key? I did my first one in, I think it was it in March, February, March? I started the channel in about January time, and I did my first watch along in about February, March, and they were awful. Like I still don't think they're great now, but if you look at the watch alongs back then and where they are now, there's been an improvement, I'd like to think. But I've been here for, yeah, I would say doing 30 to 50 watch alongs a month. I've done 60 in 1 month. 62 is the record watch alongs in a month, which was insane. But I've done 30 to 50, I would say, pretty solidly since April. Did my first one, I think, in the end of Feb, start of March. And you have, yeah. FM No Casuals has been here since the start. Absolutely, you have. Tom, honestly, can't see Isak being fully fit until late October at the earliest. I mean, there's a difference between being fit and being match fit. I get that. And I understand he's going to need time. But he is fit. Like, he's training with Sweden. He'll probably play for Sweden. He has had a pre-season. He's done intense, running and intense training to make sure that he's up to scratch when he does move. So, I don't think he starts straight away for Liverpool, but I do think we probably see him off the bench. The old guard, yeah. Taylor, I've been watching for about 3 months. Nice. Love it. Good. This is it. I'm hoping I'm still here in another 6 months or so. If I'm still here in another 6 months, then it's doing okay, and I seem to be making a small pittance off it. And then, yeah, hopefully you can be part of the OG club. I've decided I'm going to give away a shirt. I don't know if I am going to give away a shirt officially, but there is a trigger for it, right? So, this is what I've decided I'm going to do. So, we currently have, I know it's not many, but we currently have 14 people watching on YouTube. Now, the average for a watch-along on YouTube, admittedly, this is the middle of the day, people are in work, it's the middle of the week, there's all sorts of things that affect the number of people in a watch-along, right? I've had sometimes up to 600 people watching on YouTube, I've had sometimes maybe 300, 400, generally the average is around about 50 to 60, I would say. Some games it's like 10, 20, and we just have nothing going on, but it's 50 to 60, I would say. So I was thinking to myself, what would be a really, really good way to get people to sort of help grow the channel, and I'll give something away, right? So, first ever giveaway on this channel, I'm going to give one of the shirts away. You can kind of pick whatever shirt you want, or I can buy you a shirt. I'll buy you a shirt. To hell with it. I will buy you whatever shirt you want. Or you can have one of the ones that I've got, and I'll give that away. I've got retro shirts. I've got all sorts. So I'll buy you whatever retro shirt you want, and I'll send it to you immediately after you win. But the trigger is going to be concurrent viewers on YouTube have to cross 100. Once we've got over 100 viewers on YouTube, that triggers the first giveaway, and then I'll do another target for the next giveaway, and then another target for the next giveaway, until I've given away all these shirts. And to be honest, my missus will be made up with that, because she absolutely despises the amount of shirts I've got. So, yeah, if you can if you can join on YouTube and subscribe, then I'm game to start giving shirts away. But the trigger is going to be 100 concurrent viewers. It's gone up from 14 to 18 since I started talking about this, so we'll see. Mr. Luke Etherington, when will you do the Premier League predictions? So, Premier League predictions are going to be on... when is the next Premier League set of fixtures? Because I'm starting to get a bit more organised now with it. It's not this Saturday, it's the Saturday after, right? It's the 15th, I think. Is it? No, 13th. Yes, 13th. So, the predictions video will be up on about Wednesday the 10th. Wednesday the 10th of September, I will have a prediction video up for the Premier League's next game week. Swifty says the international games for Isak are ideal for Liverpool. That's true enough, yeah. Helps us out, doesn't it? Gives him some minutes in his legs. Gets him playing footy regularly. Leon says, Key, the improvement is so noticeable. Good on you. And I'm fairly OG to the channel. You are, absolutely, yes. Shelley, corner to Wales. It's a free kick to Kazakhstan now. Welcome to Meme Land. How's Wales doing so far? Because I've got an acca with them to win. There's not really been too many opening chances. Too many chances in the opening 18 minutes. Wales just aren't really able to keep hold of the ball. And I think the plastic pitch, the artificial pitch, is not really helping matters. Luke Etherington, do you think that Martinez could leave Villa in January to Man United? No. No, absolutely not. They've got Senna Lamans there, they've got Bayindir, and they've got Onana. So I don't think for 1 second United had their chance with Martinez. They could have got Martinez or they could have got Lamans. They seem to have made their decision. Here's Kazakhstan. Shots. Good save. First real chance there from Kazakhstan. Ostamog Key, who do you think will get August Player of the Month? Player of the Month. That's a good point, actually. Who would have put as Player of the Month? I think Ekatike would have a really, really good shout for it. I actually think Dominic Szoboszlai would have an even better shout for it. If we're looking at Liverpool and, you know, who's the player who's been Liverpool's player of the season so far, I would say Dominic Szoboszlai was exceptional against Newcastle and even better against Arsenal. So I would say Dominic Szoboszlai for me would be one of those. Wales with a chance. Oh, straight to the keeper. João Pedro or Hugo, I reckon. Yeah, João Pedro's another good shout, absolutely. Yeah, he's had a couple of big games as well. I just feel like the high profileness of the way Szoboszlai scored that free kick against Arsenal, the way that he's played out of position against Newcastle, I think for those reasons Szoboszlai might be considered for it. So yeah, I would say Szoboszlai, maybe João Pedro. They would be my two. And manager of the month, I think you've got to give it to... I would be giving it to Regis Lebris at Sunderland. I think he's done really well. Clarkey says Matheus Cunha for Man United. You can't give it to Matheus Cunha when he's not won a game. Or, actually, I tell a lie. He's gone off in the one game that they have won. Taylor H was not all that. No offence. So much better now, though, mate. Love the lives now. Love it. Cheers, man. Thank you. Taylor H just watched a little bit of your first watch-along. Brentford versus Palace. And sorry, Key. The quality was not all that. No, the quality was bad. Yeah, the quality wasn't great back in the day. But again, I was new to it. I'm still learning now. I'm still learning. Everything gets better as you go along, and you know, it's one of them. So no offense taken. Honestly, they were crap then. They're marginally better now, and hopefully in another month or two they'll be even better still. So that's how you get. You don't get good at anything unless you start off being crap. Lewis, they lost to Burnley in a stink out. Can't give it to him. I know, but even that, I just feel like losing to Burnley, that was. There's a lot of teams who've done that. Like, if you're only going to give it to Arne Slot because he's got 3 out of 3, like, every other team's had a pretty poor result, haven't they? Like, you're not going to give it to Arteta. You're not going to give it to Ange Postecoglou. I nearly said Ange. Thomas Frank at Spurs, even though they played amazingly well at City. You can't give it to Fabian Hürzeler after the City result because they were awful at Everton. Every team, really, other than Arne Slot, has got a pretty dreadful result in the locker. Even if you say David Moyes, you know, they get the win against Brighton, then they get the win against Wolves. Before that, they had an awful game where they lose at Ellen Road against Leeds. So there's no real team that you can say had a good start then. Really, really good. So no, I think there's a good few players you could mention for player of the month, but as far as manager of the month, I just feel like Lebris has been the one that I've been most impressed by. My opinion, anyway. Liam Manning, all right, pal. Good to see you, Liam. How's things? Ostermorg, Slot will probably get 3 out of 3, and the subs, Rio and Chiesa, won the games they came on in. Do you know what? I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. When we're talking about managers changing games positively, having a really positive effect, Chiesa and Nengamoa won us the games. And Szoboszlai playing out of position. It was quite easy there for Arne Slot to put Conor Bradley in or Joe Gomez in. You know, both of those have got far more, you know, experience playing right back. Instead, he changed his system. He put Szoboszlai at right back. Szoboszlai wins us the game. Szoboszlai has a man of the match appearance at Newcastle. So you've got to give him credit. Superstar. Sunderland needed at least 6 points from those first 3 games, and they got it. Not in the games they expected. I think they'd have probably hoped for at least a point at Turf Moor, but they've done well. Ball in from the right for Wales. Chance! Oh, off the line! Cleared away! Oh, it's all scrappy. Shot! Oh my God. They just about get it away, Kazakhstan. Oh, that's a foul. Shelley, you're doing well, Key. I'll forget the red bit for now. Liam Manning, I'm alright, cheers. Just waiting for my son to be dropped off. How's you? I'm good, yeah. I took my little girl to school this morning and took the dog for his vet appointment. Cost me a fortune. And then I'm sat here watching footy with you lads now. Lads and lasses, sorry. Taylor H's player of the month has to be João Pedro. AM10, I got 2 tickets to watch Liverpool v Real Madrid in November. Nice, well done. Shot, good save, must be. It's 1-0 Wales. There you go, it's Kiefer Moore. Sticks it away. It was a ball in from the left-hand side. Free kick whipped in by Harry Wilson. Big header, flicked on. And then it's pushed out by the keeper. And Kiefer Moore smashes it in. Kazakhstan 0, Wales 1. 25 minutes on the clock. Big Kiefer Moore gets the goal. Two goals in 3 matches for Wales, Kiefer Moore. Yeah, big goal, that. Good finish. Has to be said. Good finish. For God's sake, I want to do this bloody capture thing again. Liam, isn't Bellamy unbeaten as Wales manager? No, they lost last week or last game week against Belgium. Yeah, they were 3-0 down. They got it back to 3-3. And then Belgium won it in the last minute with a De Bruyne goal to make it 4-3. Kazakhstan down the left-hand side. At least we've got a goal in the first sort of half an hour here. We've got something that makes this game feel like it's been worth a watch. We've had too many games recently that have been 0-0. Liam Manning, oh yeah, I remember that game, was gutted for him. It cost me a fortune, that game. Where's Joe Allen these days? Is he still playing? Or is he retired now? I'm sure he was. Didn't he go back to Swansea? Oh, he's on... Oh, no, he's retired. He has fully retired now. Retired at the end of last season. Oh, what a shame. Joe Allen, the Welsh shavvy. That was the worst signing. The Welsh shavvy. Thanks, Brendan, for that. Really appreciate it. Come on, Wales. Shelley, are you watching any Senegal games? I don't know. Why are so many people asking about Senegal? I feel like I've been asked about that quite a lot recently. So tonight we've got Luxembourg against Northern Ireland. That was good play by Kazakhstan. They've won a corner as well. So yeah, we've got Luxembourg v Northern Ireland tomorrow. What games are we doing tomorrow? I could be tempted. I'm going to do Denmark-Scotland on the night. I feel like that's the right thing to do, isn't it? So we do Denmark-Scotland tomorrow night. Archie, Jack Grealish, the player you said wouldn't be a good signing for us, has been nominated for Player of the Month. I still don't think he will be a good signing for you, for what it's worth. Like, I think he'll do all right, but what I mean is, like, I don't think he'll actually... If you end up signing him, I think he represents bad value for money. But he's not a bad player. I'll give him his due. He's definitely not a bad player. Everton needed pace in wide areas. I don't think Grealish quite gives him that. Liam Manning, no Rodon. Is he injured? I don't know. I thought Rodon would have played today, actually. Yeah, so if we do Denmark-Scotland tomorrow, we could do an early game in the AFCON, the African World Cup qualifiers, maybe. Uganda v Mozambique. Lesotho v South Africa. Djibouti v Burkina Faso. Could do any of them. And then on Saturday... Oh, actually, at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, there's Senegal v Sudan. But I can't do that if I'm doing Denmark v Scotland. Saturday, what games have we got on Saturday? League 1, League 2, National League. And then Sunday. Ooh, should we do some La Liga, Segunda Liga on Sunday night? Could watch Almeria against Racing Santander. Welcome to Memeland. You should do Gibraltar Faroe Islands on Monday if you can even find it anywhere. Let's have a look and see if it's on. Gibraltar Faroe Islands. Yeah, no, I don't think it is. On Monday, I think it's going to be Belarus v Scotland. Or maybe we could do Israel v Italy or Greece v Denmark. Or Libya against Eswatini in the African FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Tuesday, Serbia v England. We could do that. And then what an early one we could do maybe? Congo against Senegal. Kenya v the Seychelles. That's really it, to be honest. There's not an awful lot of footy other than that. And then next Friday, we're back to proper club football again. So Friday night next week, I am 110% doing... Do we do Ipswich v Sheffield United? Or do we do Sevilla v Elche? Let's do at least one Sudan fixture. Why have I got to do a Sudan fixture? Why are you trying to get me to get like 0 viewers? We have just looked at Sudan. There was a fixture with Sudan. Who was Sudan playing? South Sudan v the Congo. That's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We could do that. We actually could do that. South Sudan v the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Sudan game would get you 10k viewers. Are we talking about the South Sudan game? Is that what you're on about? Because I'll do that for a laugh. Don't tempt me. And then tomorrow night, if we were to bin off Denmark v Scotland, 8 o'clock is Senegal v Sudan. We could have a Sudan day. We could have South Sudan at 1 p.m. against Democratic Republic of Congo, and then Senegal v Sudan at 8 o'clock. Could actually watch them. But that would be two games bizarrely just focusing on Sudan. I'm talking about actual Sudan. Mate, don't start that hate speech here. South Sudan is actual Sudan, same as Sudan is actual Sudan. NUFC fan, Newcastle when club football's back. I'll be doing some Newcastle games, of course. We've already done... Have we done all Newcastle games, actually? We have. We've done every Newcastle game so far. Every single Newcastle game we have done. We did the Villa game, we did the Liverpool game, and we've done the Leeds game. Every single one. Do both. I can't make Friday the 5th of September National Sudan Day. Superstar says Senegal v Sudan is a huge game in that group. Senegal's qualifying group is really close. So do you think I do that one over Denmark v Scotland? Senegal v Sudan. I mean, again, I am absolutely game to do that. Maybe we do that. I'll do Sudan v Senegal because it's an intense group. Okay, cool. Right. You have won me over. I will do, instead of tomorrow night doing Denmark v Scotland, I will do Senegal v Sudan. We'll watch that one. You have swayed me. But as far as South Sudan v the Democratic Republic of Congo, that's a 1 o'clock kickoff in the afternoon. That one might be hit and miss. But if I get, honestly, if I do it and you guys don't show up and I get 4 viewers, all from Senegal and Sudan, who they don't know who I am, then on your heads be it. But I'll do that one tomorrow. For shits and gigs. Why not? You have a guaranteed viewer for tomorrow then. Cool. Right, well, we'll do that then, Alicia. Me and you, if nothing else. Danny Woolger, what football team do you support? So I'm a Liverpool fan, Danny. I've been a Liverpool fan all my life. I've been going to Anfield since I was a little kid. My dad's been a Liverpool fan since 1972. He's been to most home games since 72 until my big brother was born. And then, yeah, just been Liverpool fans ever since. But I watch everyone. I am totally and utterly obsessed with football. Absolute nerd. Newcastle fan by discreet. Danny, what Premier League games are next weekend? So, next weekend, the Premier League games are as follows. And these are the ones that we're going to watch on telly as well. So, Saturday, the early kickoff is Arsenal against Nottingham Forest. We'll be watching that. Then, at 3 o'clock... come on. 3 o'clock games are Bournemouth against Brighton. Don't fancy that one. Palace against Sunderland. That could be interesting. Everton v Villa. That's the one, innit? Everton v Villa. Fulham against Leeds. Newcastle against Wolves. They are the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Newcastle, Wolves, Fulham, Leeds, Everton, Villa, Palace, Sunderland, Bournemouth, Brighton. So we've got 5 3 p.m. kickoffs in the Premier League. Yes, I was going to say, Riley, I know Coventry are on as well, of course. We do Championship games on this channel. We watch Championship and League 1, League 2 games all the time. But I'm definitely going to be watching Everton against Villa. I think that's a good game to watch, 3 p.m. on Saturday the 13th. So we'll do Arsenal, Forest, Everton, Villa. And then there's also West Ham v Spurs, which is 5:30. And then Brentford v Chelsea, which is 8 p.m. So we've got 4 games on the Saturday. Saturday is going to be massive. Do you know what? I'm going to be dead on that Saturday. Because I'm literally going to be sat down from 11:30 when Arsenal v Forest starts the build-up to, what time does Brentford Chelsea go off? 8:45, 9:30, 9. It's going to be like 10:30. I'm literally going to be sat right here for about 11 hours. I might have to knock one of them games on the head. Shelley, I know you're an Everton fan. I might have to do that 3 p.m. game. I might have to swerve that 3 p.m. game, Everton Villa. Yeah, I'll see. I might do a different one. I don't know. Everton Villa will be a cracker though, won't it, Liam? I agree. But I can't do 4 games in a day again. Last time I started doing 4 games a day on a weekend, borderline having a mental breakdown. Dave, are you going to be doing nice dreaming next week for the games? Nice dreaming. Taylor, 4 games easy. Mate, 4 games is not easy, believe me. I have done all sorts of jobs. I've done manual labour, working on a building site. I've done shift work, 12-hour shifts. I've done working in an office. I've done travelling all over the country, driving, selling, working in sales. I've done everything. There's no way at all doing 4 games is easy, I promise you. These content creators have got it hard. And I never thought I'd say that, but it is hard. Oh my God, Kazakhstan very nearly 1-1. Jesus. Riley says, do the championship. I'll see. I'll see about doing the championship. I don't think I can do a championship game on a Saturday. I'm doing the championship game on the Friday night. Friday night we're doing Ipswich against Sheffield United. Danny, of a Bournemouth, it's going to be Brighton. What time does the Chelsea game start? Chelsea is 12:30, isn't it? Didn't I say 12:30? I think it's 12:30. Oh no, that's Arsenal Forest. Arsenal Forest is 12:30. Chelsea is 8 o'clock. Brentford against Chelsea, 8 o'clock. Mr. C, alright Key, have you seen much of this Merlin role Everton have signed? Little bits, here and there. We watched a few Freiburg games last season. He's alright. He's not a bad player. Yeah, he's okay. Again, the fact that Everton can take him on loan without really having to pay a fee. They actually only buy him. They've got an obligation to buy if Everton stay up. So, time will tell, I guess, whether or not they actually do. Lisha, 2 times 4 is 8 hours of football, people, and not forgetting he has to commentate for them as well. Hey, exactly. Honestly, your throat goals, your voice, everything, you just it's draining. And just being sat here as well. You want to get up and go for a walk around, and it's grim. Danny, how many Premier League games have each team won their game this season? I have no idea what that means, Danny. How's Tottenham doing this season? They've done all right, but they've lost last week against Bournemouth. Very surprisingly, it must be said. Wasn't a particularly good game for Bournemouth. Superstar, I'll be here for the Senegal game, promise. Ollie, so what games are you planning to do next weekend? Didn't hear. That rewind button's brilliant, Ollie. Check it out. Shelley, no matter Key, do what you think. I was going to say I'll see. I'll see what we think on that one. Ben, Everton will probably finish top 10 this season. Behave yourself, Ben. Everton will probably finish top 10. No, there's 10 teams easy you'll finish above Everton. Everton aren't finishing top 10. Ostamore Key, who do you reckon has had an underrated window and you can't say us? Underrated. Again, I don't feel right saying this, but I think Man United. I think Manchester United have made the furthest stride forward in their window. I know it doesn't seem like it yet, and I know that they don't quite look it yet, but I feel like Lamens, Cunha, and Burmo, those three move Manchester United forward. I think in time Sesko could be. Might take him a year or two, but he's not a bad player. But definitely in Burmo and Cunha, and I think Lamens is so underrated. So I actually think Man United have probably been the team that have progressed most by their window. Sunderland too. I mean, Sunderland would be the one I would say most likely, anyway, have been amongst the best, anyway. Dennis, how's it going, Dennis? Good to see you. Danny often nibbles going to win the league because of them exact. Mate, I have no idea what you're saying there, Chief. Everton, anywhere from 12th to 14th for me. I would say so too, yeah. 12th to 15th, maybe. They could go a place below. Mr. C, you said Wolves would beat us, lad, and we won. Listen, you very nearly dropped points against Wolves. Don't come in here giving it the big on you, Mr. C. Everton very, very nearly threw it away against Wolves. Let's not sit here and pretend like you absolutely snotted them. You nearly threw it away in the end. Taylor, you should do a whole day of Crazy Leagues footy. If no one else is in the live, you know I'll be there. You know, that's a lovely, lovely sentiment, mate. But you know what? I'd end up doing the Icelandic league, the Latvian league, and all that, and I'd end up with about 3 subscribers off it. Everyone would end up leaving. So you've got to be careful with this stuff. Listen, it's actually harder than it looks. Goldbridge actually now stands up while watching. Mate, I've got a standing table here. I'm debating doing it myself, but I'd have to move the camera. I have to reconfigure it and calibrate it all again. But I agree. Yes, I think I'm going to start standing for my lives, definitely. Be yourself, Dylan. Are you watching Scotland tomorrow? I don't think so, no. I think I've promised people I'm going to do Senegal against Sudan. Ostamorg, Atletico have had a good window. Have they not? Almada, Ruggeri, Hanko. Oh, claim for a penalty. Good tackle from Wales. Shot from distance. He's got to hit it. Not good enough, Kazakhstan. Yeah, Hansko's a good signing for Atleti. Mr. C, Grealish doing all the work for us, like. Yeah, defensively, he looked all over the place, I will say that. But yeah, Grealish looked really good. Lisha Key, how good is Lamens? And is he any good? Never watched him, never will pretend to have. We watched him twice earlier this season. For Antwerp against Union Saint-Gilloise. And he saved a penalty in the game. And he was brilliant on like, command of his area, communication with his defence. He's really tall, really, really good on crosses, which we know Bayindir and Onana are not. But yes, I do see him being Belgium's number one. He reminds me an awful lot of Courtois. And I know that's like such an obvious thing to say because he's Belgian and he's tall and he looks a little bit like him as well. But it really is. He's an awful lot like Courtois in how he plays. Yeah, good goalkeeper. I think he'll do well at United. I was kind of hoping United would go for Emiliano Martinez because I think that would have been the better signing from a Liverpool fan's point of view. But no, getting Lamens in is a smart move from Manchester United. Ben, did you see that vlogger John McAllister started the journey to this game end of July? No, what is it? I don't know what it is. What journey to what game? Danny, when do Liverpool play next? We play on the 5th. Is it the 15th? It's a week on Sunday we play, and we play Burnley away at Turf Moor. Shelley, get one of them small treadmills so you can exercise while commentating. I've got one. I've got one of them, yeah. And I was going to do them. But when I did it, I've already done a live stream with it. Believe it or not. Right, we're on half time here in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan 0, Wales 1 in Astana. But yeah, I'm debating just moving this standing desk up. Oh, hey, the camera's gone. 1 sec. Let me figure this out. Okay. Right, we're back. We're back. No, it's just overheated, Superstar. It does it all the time in here. It just overheated. It's fine. Just have to go and turn it off and turn it back on and it's fine again. Ben, is that the new Champions League ball? It is, yes. Is it? Actually, no, it's not. It's last year's Champions League ball. ZQXV, hi Key, good to see you. First day of college done today. Nice. Good luck, mate. Enjoy whatever course it is you're doing, whatever you're doing. Best of luck with it. This year, he's 70 kg compared to 93 kg Onana. Some fans are relieved we have an agility playing goalkeeper. He is. He is a really, really good goalie. I think you'll be impressed with him. Matt GFC 77, very easy 1-0 win for Wales. Pradip Sarkar says 2-1. Well, it's 1-0 so far, and Wales have been relatively comfortable, it has to be said. Thank you for the gift, the tomato. Appreciate that. Lisha, did you go to uni, Key? I didn't. No. I could have gone to uni. I did really well in my A-levels. But I decided not to. Do you know what it was? It was just because I'd seen my big brother go to uni and he was... I mean, my big brother, he's an intelligent guy, but he just always felt like there was too many people who I knew. This wasn't necessarily just my big brother. There was a lot of people who I knew who had degrees and didn't really do anything with them. Like... One of my mate's sisters got a degree in marine biology. And she ended up working as a social worker. And that's lovely, but you don't need the degree. Like the marine biology degree, as wonderful as it is, I'm sure you loved learning about it and it was very passionate about it. You should, be social worker. So a mate of mine who's got a degree, he's currently, I think he's the store manager at Morrison's now. Again, not knocking Morrison's or store management or retail or anything like that. But you could have gone and got that job at 18, fresh out of college. Worked your way up, store manager. You could have done that without a degree. So, yeah, I went straight into the workforce and worked my way up and did all right. Yeah, I got to sales director. I ran my own business, started my own business, built it up, sold it, did relatively well. So I did that without a degree. But I think uni is fantastic if you know what you want to do. I think if you want to be a vet, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be whatever, and you want to, that is what you want to do, go and do it. I didn't know what I wanted to do at 18. So I was a little bit like, well, this would just be a waste of time because I'll go and pay a fortune for a course I don't even know if I'm going to need. So I might as well just go and get stuck into work, and if I decide I want to do something later, then maybe I can. Superstar, yes, I wish I hadn't bothered with uni. It was a good experience, but now it's pointless debt working something completely irrelevant to it. And, mate, honestly, and that's it. I'm not knocking uni at all. Some people had an amazing time, their best days of their life and all that, and maybe that's the value. Maybe that is the value in going to uni. But a lot of people do end up with qualifications that they never really need, which, hey, to each their own. Henry Monk, thoughts on Kolo Muani at Spurs? Excellent player. Really, really surprised that other teams didn't go in for him. I thought Newcastle would have and maybe should have gone in for him seriously when they announced that Isak was going. And Spurs, I think, have got a good player there. Ginny, how you doing? I'm good, Jimry. Sorry, Jimry. I'm good. How are you, mate? Do you see Lammen starting against City, or is it too early? I think he has to start. Imagine he doesn't start. Think about how that would look. Imagine if you started Onana or Bayindir against City and one of those had a howler. What will all the fans say? Why didn't you start Lammens? You've just signed this new keeper, Amorim. Start him, get him a game. Now, if he starts Lammens and Lammens makes a mistake, I feel like they'll be more forgiving, won't they? The fans will be more forgiving and they'll be like, well, you know, he's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, Amorim. He's got 3 keepers, one of which is brand new and young, and then 2 who he can't really rely on because they keep making mistakes. So, what does he do? Does he stick with the 2 that have made him errors, or does he go with the lad who he's just paid big money for? And I feel like he has to go with Lammens. Taylor H says, can I gauge your job, Key? Would dream of sitting down chatting about footy. I would love it. Or can I have your job? Mate, listen, I'll be honest with you. Don't aspire to this. Oh, well, do you know what I say that? I always wanted to do this. And I've quit my job to do this. So who am I to say don't aspire to it? If you want to do it. Go for it. Why not? Better off to do it and fail than not. You know what I mean? You can always go and get a job. You can always go and get something else. Sunny Boy says, bro, think of a tip for the weekend. Tip for the weekend. I've gone for this weekend. What's a game that I've done this weekend? I'll tell you. Wait a minute. I'll get me hackers up 1 sec and I'll tell you. What's my tip for the weekend? Right. Tip. That is tip. I wasn't saying anything otherwise there. Right, so we've got Slovakia v Germany on Thursday, Denmark against Scotland, Czech Republic away at Montenegro, Sweden away at Slovenia, France away at Ukraine. This Saturday, I've got Bradford away at Doncaster. Get on Bradford away at Doncaster Rovers. Stockport away at Plymouth is a really, really good one to get on as well. I've also got Nacional in the Uruguay League to get a draw or at least a win. Nacional football, draw no bet against Racing Montevideo. So, a couple of good results there to keep an eye on. Henry, I really hope we can renegotiate for an obligation to buy or even buy him outright. Who? Oh, Kolomoani. I think you will, yeah. Jimmy, do you feel bad for Ekatike from Liverpool or do you like Isak? Why would I feel bad for Ekatike? Both will play, Jimmy. I promise you. Both will get minutes on the pitch. Ekatike's a wonderful footballer. Isak too. They can both play at the same time. Right, what we're saying on YouTube, sorry. Superstar says, I think Wales will get another late on 2-0. And Matt GFC, I was shocked when I saw my GCSE results in 94. I got 4 crappy C's pass. I thought I failed all 4. 100% with F or ungraded. And what do you do as a result now, Matt? If you don't mind sharing that, by the way. See, this is the thing. I think that's really a positive story if people look and think... Because I had my nephew's just got his results. And I remember speaking to him before and saying, listen, I know you've worked really hard and do the best you can and all that. But just remember, it doesn't matter what's in that envelope. If you've done amazingly well, that's great. If you've done poorly, don't worry about it. It's fine. It doesn't mean it's not the end of the road. It's not the end of your life. You can go and do love. There's people who literally failed everything and are millionaires now. And there's also millionaires who are miserable. See, there's no real value to all that stuff anyway. Chimey, go to work first, then pay for uni out your own pocket. Again, not a bad piece of advice. Superstar Onana against City would be very funny. Shelley went to uni after the kids grew up, foundation degree in teaching. Do you know what? I reckon if you'd have asked me, Shelley, what job, I reckon I would have guessed a teacher. You sound like a teacher. You sound like an educator. Henker's on. I need Wales. 1 more goal. And Matt, Kazakhstan chance of scoring in the second half, 0%. Traffic management. Oh, cool. Nice. Is that code word for parking ward? I'm not being disparaging, by the way, but traffic management, I'm guessing, is more like highways and things like that, which is obviously mega important. It's not, I'm just thinking for other people who maybe wouldn't know what traffic management, I used to work in recruitment, I've recruited people in traffic management, but I didn't know if it was, someone might immediately assume, traffic management, is that a parking warden? Henry Monk says, because at the moment Moani is just a straight loan, which I think will be a silly decision in future. Well, it depends. If he does really well, he might want to stay. Henry Monk says, I failed them all bar one, and I'm a self-employed locksmith, making 5 to 7 grand a month, so don't worry. Bloody hell, Henry. Christ, I could do with knowing how to do what you do. 5 to 7 grand a month. Good lad. Grant Robertson, hello, what's your favourite sandwich? What's my favourite sandwich? I like a ham and cheese toasty. Or ham and egg. Actually, ham and egg. It would be ham and egg on toast, or maybe tuna mayo. Be a straight shot between them. Tuna mayo, ham and egg. And maybe if I'm feeling a bit fruity, I like a jam sandwich. Strawberry jam. Can I have a jam sandwich, please, Miss Patterson? Wade Dodd, thoughts on Liverpool's Champions League squad and Chiesa being left out? I mean, it was a straight shot between Chiesa and Rio Ngamoa, wasn't it? We had to do it. We had to choose one of them, and I think the right thing was done. We have to pick one. Ngamoa is the player that I would have picked. Chiesa, injury-wise, his record isn't brilliant. Ngamoa's young. He's going to be available more often. So I think Ngamoa is the right choice. And it also means that if Chiesa decides, if we need him, we can add him in the next round. Matt, oh no, I put out temp lights, the cones and signs, and watch the roadmen resurfacing the roads. Nice. Had a few of them recently around my neck of the woods. Henkerzon, do you need any help with video picture editing for free? I probably do need it, yes. But I wouldn't feel right taking it for free, Henkerzon, I promise you. I need an awful lot of help in running this channel, because I am pretty terrible at most things. But that said, I wouldn't ever dream of taking help off someone for free. Advice, yes. I don't mind, sitting and talking to someone if you can talk me through how to do it, and then I'm not really taking an awful lot of your time. But I would never just say, oh yeah, there you go, there's my video, do all my editing for me. I'd feel terrible doing that, so I'd never do it. I've had other people ask as well and offer, and it's really nice. Dennis McPherson, how's your father, mate? How's my father? Do you know my father? My father's wonderful. Yeah. Henry Monk, I do all of London, so work is never quiet. Just recently acquired a contract for evictions. Ooh, how do you sleep at night? No, listen, mate, I understand. That's an important job, and it's cool as well. I'd love to be a locksmith. Or at least to know how to do it, I guess. Hanks on, I'm 20 and need to stack up my resume. No, I understand, man. I really do. And believe me, that's a very, very kind offer, but I wouldn't dream of taking advantage of it. So, yeah, if others do want to, that's really... I'm sure you'll find some who will. I just wouldn't feel right taking that time from you, especially when you're young and you're trying to build up your resume. I wouldn't do that. FM No Casuals, he might be called Monk, but there's nothing saintly about that contract. Hey, if you're a landlord and you've got some nightmare tenants, evictions are necessary sometimes, I guess. I would never feel right chucking anyone out on the street, but there's some bad tenants. There's some bad landlords, there's some bad tenants. Ghana. Are Ghana winning or losing? Have they killed your bet? Right, Wales are back out on the pitch here now. Kazakhstan 0, Wales 1 at half-time. Satpayev, the young 17-year-old. He's the kind of shining light of Kazakh football at this moment in time. 100% mate, hence the wink. Matt G, I got 2 channels, scoreline, update, final score and cup highlights, and that's Retro TV. I do all the work myself. How long have you had them, Matt? Because again, the only reason I ask is I'm literally brand new to this. I quit my job to do this. Some would say foolishly, most would say foolishly, but I quit my job to do this, and I'm learning and I'm trying to pick everything up as I go along, and editing thumbnails and how to work a camera, everything, all that stuff, streaming, multi-streaming. I have no clue. I hadn't got a clue at the start. I still haven't got a massive clue now, but I'm getting better each month. So good to know other content creators who are doing well. Good luck to you, mate. Right, we're off for the second half here in Astana. Wales getting us underway. Can they get a second here to kill this game off? Kazakhstan, very nice. FM No Casuals, I didn't back them, then they drew to Chad. Right, well, Wales are just having an open little spell of possession in this second half, just keeping hold of it. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. Matt G says scoreline update 2020, and that's Retro TV 2025, all ad-free. When you say ad-free, what do you mean ad-free? Oh, as in you've not monetized them. Oh, I see. I've just seen them, yeah. Oh, nice. Cool. Love that, man. Kazakhstan pushing forward. Shelley says, made up I found your channel, Key, just to say thank you for all your hard work. Oh, you don't need to say thank you. Hey, listen, I'm not doing this for the good of the people, Shelley. I do get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And hopefully one day it'll pay for me and my little family to move away somewhere. So that's the goal. I'm not doing it out of the kindness of my heart, even though I do love it, and I love it, and I get to talk to nice people like yourself. But thank you. I appreciate the nice comments all the same. Matt, I do it as a hobby, plus I don't own none of the content. Ah, I see. Still though, very good. See, yeah, mine started off as it's a hobby, but ultimately the goal is to make a living out of it. Which it's already started to do a little bit. Just not very much. I could probably have more, but I don't want to take. There's a lot of money you get offered once you've got a channel, even if it's only a relatively small one like mine. You get offered all sorts of money to do to promote very unscrupulous things, I would say. Stuff that you just know, that's a bit dodge, or that's not great, or no. And lesser people, I imagine, would. Leon, thank you for the follow, mate. Really appreciate that. Yeah, because it's just cashing. It's easy cash. You can just take it, and just who cares? But there's a lot of there's a lot of mad stuff, a lot of mad messages you get. Liverpool Webbo, the international break is horrible unless it is the World Cup. Well, you know, we've still got a bit of footy on here, mate. We've got Kazakhstan v Wales. We've got Luxembourg, Northern Ireland tonight. Lots of good footy on. Ostermorg, do you get loads of offers for gambling sites, I guess? Well, yeah, and do you know what? When I started out, obviously you guys know, I did take an offer from a gambling site. I've had multiple offers from gambling sites, but they offer decent money. It's good, you know. You can take a little bit of money for it and promote it, and it's fine. But I really, really would rather not. I would ideally rather not. And nothing against gambling. I do it, you know. I have no problem with it. People want to do what they want to do. You know, adults and all that. But I've actually put a post out recently where I'm trying to find charities. I would rather promote charities. I don't want any money for it, but I would rather do a little segment like once a week in that little 15 minutes we've just had in between half time, where we just do like a random charity, 5 minutes. Here's a charity of the week that we're talking about, or here's a charity for tonight's stream we're talking about, and just generally talk about what good work they do. I'd love to do something like that. Ostermorg, would you rather get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor? Oh, off the bar, Kazakhstan, very nearly 1-1. Great shot from Satpayev, the young man, just about to join Chelsea. It wasn't even Satpayev, I'm talking nonsense, it wasn't even him. But what a shot this was. Pooh, pinged off the bar. Liverpool Webbo says that's the World Cup qualifiers, not the proper. It's horrible. Grassroots is better than this, in my opinion. What's the score? It's Kazakhstan 0, Wales 1, but Kazakhstan have just hit the bar. Ostermorg, would you rather get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor? I honestly wouldn't mind who sponsor me. Like, I don't mind it, but I'd rather have something that's either worthwhile. Like, I'd feel awful if I was just promoting stuff that I think is... I couldn't. If it was junk, if it was crap, I wouldn't do it. And there's a fair bit that I've approached and said, oh, would you put this on? Will you show this? And we'll give you, you know, 500-600 quid in some cases. Sometimes more. And no, you're all right. No, because then what? I've got to put my face to it and say, yeah, buy this, or yeah, do this, and no, you're all right. Shelley, you have to be careful, Key. People don't take advantage of you, but you seem sensible enough. Well, yeah, no, it's more that I just don't want to take it for nothing. I'd rather it be something that's either making a difference or is actually good stuff. So until I get a reputable, let's say, I probably won't do it again. Joe, right hand back, absolutely worn out. Leon, Wales need to wake up. Some effort that poor from Nico. Yeah, it was a good shot, that, wasn't it? Just over the keeper's reach and off the crossbar. Unlucky. Kazakhstan pushing on. What a free kick it was against Arsenal from Soberslai. Yeah, fantastic goal. Wales, big chance. Oh, why didn't he shoot there? Matt, the music industry is still greedy, blocking top music, top comment, what that tune or what that song timestamp. Record companies sure know how to lose money. Yeah, you've got to be careful when you're posting stuff that's like copyrighted and all that. It's hard, I imagine, especially if it's, yeah, music or football or TV related. I'd love to do like a travel vlog when I was younger. I think everyone loved to do the idea of that would have been brilliant, but Once you settle down and married, it's less likely, isn't it? Ben, see that Gerrard picture which has been edited to Szoboszlai? Yeah. Nick, thoughts on Reinildo? Not in. He was on a free. He hasn't lost a 1v1 all season and won the most duels. Yeah, Reinildo Mandava. Not a bad signing for Sunderland. I think Sunderland have made a couple of good signings, to be honest. They've done well. When's the Northern Ireland game? Can't wait to see my goat Hume, the captain. The captain's Connor Bradley, isn't it? But yeah, it's tonight, 7:45. I'm live tonight for that one. Luxembourg against Northern Ireland, 7:45 kickoff. Joe, apple strudel and Mr. Blobby. Oh, Ian Hume is the captain. Right, I thought it was Connor Bradley. I assume Connor Bradley has captained him, hasn't he? But I know that it was, yeah, maybe Hume's been given it permanently. Kazakhs coming forward. Again, on this left-hand side, they are causing Wales some problems. Ballard missing, though, big loss. Yeah, Dan Ballard, as soon as he came off in that game against Burnley, they just immediately looked like they lost all shape, Sunderland, and that's what cost them the game, I think. Okay, well, listen, again, if you're new around here, we've got 35 minutes left in this one for Wales to hopefully get a second and maybe kill this game off in Astana. But if you're new around here, please do give us a like, give us a subscribe. I'm live every single day watching football. 2 games today, Kazakhstan v Wales, and then tonight we're doing Luxembourg against Northern Ireland. Some more World Cup qualifiers coming up tomorrow, and then we're back to club football at the weekend. So if you like that sort of stuff, you like watch-alongs for all teams, all European teams, we do the Bundesliga, even the Segunda Liga and the Bundesliga too. We've done Ligue 1, we've done the Danish Superliga, Belgian Jupiler Pro League, everything on this channel. So if you like that sort of stuff, give us a like and a follow. I support Liverpool, by the way, Nick. Yeah, who do I support in the Prem? I'm a Liverpool fan. Joe, Dan Ballard is a Geordie, puts it in his own net. Matt, my father from Dublin, massive Arsenal and Shamrock Rovers support. Well, it's Shelbourne, isn't it, against Palace? That's obviously Shelbourne are a Dublin-based side. They're playing Palace in the Europa Conference League coming up. That'll be a great game. I know loads of Palace fans who are going over for that one. Shelley, Kiefer was down there. Yeah, Kiefer Moore just briefly went down for Wales. Back on his feet now. Leon says, bro, I am a Cardiff City fan. Nick, wait, so you know Osuro from the Danish league? I assume you mean the from Midtjylland. Yeah, Osorio. Yeah, mate, it's not just Osorio from Midtjylland. I watched a lot of Midtjylland recently. Kazakhstan, oh, very nearly 1-1, unlucky. Yeah, Osorio's from Chile, but also from the same team, Midtjylland. Francolino and Gogorza is another absolutely sensational wide player. Even Simseer as well. Simseer is another one. They've probably got 4 attacking players. A couple from South America, but 4 attacking players at Midtjylland who I am certain will all be in the Premier League before long. They're absolutely terrific. And yeah, Osorio is one of them. I was hoping we got him. We did have interest. Who is it you support, Nick? Oh, you're a Villa fan, is it? Who do you support? Oh, you're a Sunderland fan. Sorry. Talking nonsense. We've just been talking about it. Yeah. Osorio, I think if he does go to the Premier League, he'd probably go to a team fighting for Europe. I would imagine he would be like at a Brighton or maybe a Forest. I think would have been a good signing for him. Sunderland mid-table. I don't think Sunderland quite. I think you stay up, but I don't think you get mid-table. I think if Sunderland got 17th, if you offered Regis Labris 17th now, then I think he'd probably take it with pleasure. Samo Bob, do you watch any MLS? I don't, mate, no. I watch it a little bit here and there, but not an awful lot, purely because it's on at daft o'clock in the morning. So I just, yeah, I don't even... I haven't got the time. I've got a little girl. I've got a wife. So there's no way I can justify getting up at 2, 3 in the morning to watch Inter Miami, as well as all the football that I watch through the week. I think I'd be divorced. Liverpool Webbo says, it's only been 3 games in. Come on, why the international break now? Hey, there's another one. I think there's only another maybe 5 or 6 games, and it's straight into another international break in early October. Matt GFC, I don't have to say who I support. Gillingham, the Gills. Shelley, wow, Wales need to wake up. Kazakhstan nearly scored. Kazakhstan are putting some good moves together here. Wales are definitely going to have to step it up a little bit. Liverpool Webbo says FIFA need to think again. It's because they've got this expanded World Cup as well. They've gone from 32 to a 48 team World Cup, haven't they? That's why we've got Uzbekistan and Jordan in the World Cup. No offence to Uzbekistan and Jordan, but they wouldn't have made it in a previous World Cup, would they? This is very, very good play down the right-hand side for Wales. Nick, yeah, it made AFCON earlier now because of Club World Cup, yeah. AFCON starts in December now, doesn't it? Webbo 32 to 48, is it? Yes, mate. Yeah, it's gone from 32 to 48 teams for the first time in this year's or next season's. At the end of next season, that World Cup, 2026 World Cup in Mexico, Canada, and the US. So 48 countries. Just loads more fixtures. It's mad, really. I might be going. Joe, bought a Voltamada shirt today. First new shirt I've bought in a while. Nice. I might get an Isaac shirt. No, I can't. I draw the line, and I'm not getting a, because you never know. He might break our heart in 12 months' time. Ostermark, do you reckon Liverpool can go 6 for 6 against Burnley, Atleti, Everton, Southampton, Palace, and Galatasaray? I think we do, yeah. There's only really that I look at and think difficult. I actually think Galatasaray away is going to be a really tough one. But I think the rest of them, I think we win quite comfortably, actually. Turf Moor's always an awkward one. So maybe I've spoke too soon on Turf Moor, and obviously Everton, Merseyside derby. But if we don't beat Burnley, Christ, everyone's then going to be saying, the title race is back on. But yeah, I'd quite happily take, I think I'd take 13 points from that. I think if we were to take a point against Everton and a point against Galatasaray, and then we were to beat Burnley, Atleti, Southampton and Palace, I'd gladly accept that now. I think that'd be a result. We'd have done well there. I mean, obviously you always want to beat Everton, but I have no problem. If we draw both derby games this year and win the league, I couldn't give a monkeys. That's fine. Joe, he'll get homesick and get back to Darras Hall. Webbo, how many minutes now in the Wales game? It's in the 64th minute right now. By the way, before I didn't mean us mid-table, I mean those players from the Danish league. Right, sorry, Nick. Yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah, like a mid-table Premier League club. Superstar, they'll win them all except randomly draw against Palace or something. Well, here's Dan James about to come on for Wales, as well as, I think, Lewis Kumas as well. Couple of changes for Wales. Brennan Johnson going off. Brennan Johnson out. Who's coming on? Is that for Dan or for Lewis Kumas? I think it's Dan James, yeah. Johnson off, Dan James on. And Lewis Kumas will be coming on for... who? Kiefer Moore. There you go. Brendan Johnson, Kiefer Moore off. Dan James and Lewis Kumas on. So they're basically just playing wingers up front now. Lewis Kumas has gone centre forward. He's gone straight up to centre forward here. So it's quite obvious what Wales are doing. Just hit it over the top now. Nick, at least we play Palace without Wharton, Pino and Sarr. I'll take it. Is Pino out as well? Jeremy Pino's not out of that game, is he? Palace are having an absolute shocker with injuries. Matt G, Club World Cup, I had Boca Juniors to beat Auckland City 18-0 and City to beat Al Hilal 4-0. Yeah, only slightly got them wrong. Matt. Joe, apparently we're looking at Ziyech on a free. What do you feel about that one? Nick, Dan James is so quick, man. Yeah, he's rapid, isn't he? It's a shame he just can't play football. That's harsh, actually. But you know what I mean? He's not Premier League quality, Dan James, I don't think. Joey doesn't get any game time. There's a few players. I always said this summer there was going to be some bargains that teams could pick up. And it feels like, you know, Ziyech would be a decent one. Apparently Umtiti's on about retiring. Someone was telling me last night. Samuel Umtiti will retire if he doesn't find a team by the end of September. And he's on a free. You look at him as a centre-back. You know, he played for Barcelona for quite a few years. And, you know, he's played for Lyon. He's a very experienced player. Admittedly, injuries and form haven't been the best at times. But on a free, decent wages. I'd be surprised if there's not a solid couple of offers there for him. Willem says, are you going to be showing Denmark, Scotland? I don't know. I think I've promised people that I'm going to do Senegal v Sudan. I was going to do Denmark v Scotland. I really was. But maybe we need to do a poll. I'll do a poll on YouTube. Go on, we'll do a poll on YouTube. Which game should we watch tomorrow? Which game should we watch tomorrow night? Sudan versus Senegal. Oh, claim for the penalty. Good tackle from the keeper. I tell you what, he's given a foul against Wales here. That's shocking. Who's that who's gone down? Is it Kumas? No, it's Dan James. Right, there you go. You can vote in the poll. Which World Cup qualifier should we watch tomorrow night on this channel? Should it be Sudan versus Senegal or should it be Denmark versus Scotland? If you want to go and vote in the poll, go and let me know. Oh, it was Harry Wilson and he did get a clatter in there, but it's not a foul. Definitely not. Nick says Senegal versus Congo Tuesday will be class. Joe, I reckon we look at Josh De Silva at Brentford. Quality player. Me, Dan James is League 2 quality. Nick, he's injured his ankle in Spain's training camp. Pino. Blimey. Matt, I got Aston Villa as dark horse for the Premier League title. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not a smart move, that one, Matt, I don't think. Shelley, is that a pen? No, it wasn't a pen. The keeper got the ball first. Harry Wilson was going... They were both going full pelt and they cleared each other out. Joe, I heard we're watching Sweden only for Emil Kraft. What time's Sweden on, actually? Because I thought... Oh, that's... Is that tomorrow? That's tomorrow at 7:45, so I can't even... I was going to watch Slovenia v Sweden, but... Nah, we'll swerve Slovenia-Sweden, because he's not going to start Isak anyway, is he? Denmark for an Asula watch-along. for a Ballon d'Or watch-along. Yeah, we'll leave that poll up until the end of the game. So if you want to vote in it, head over to YouTube. Which game should we watch tomorrow night? Sudan versus Senegal, FIFA World Cup qualifier, or Denmark versus Scotland? Or if you've got any other particular one you want to watch, put that in the chat. I'll happily add that to the poll. But I think they are the two that people have been talking about. And at the moment, Sudan versus Senegal is winning. Oh, this is great play by Wales. Really smart play. They're managing to keep hold of it a lot better now. Reece, Sweden watch along for Goteres and Alexander Benchwarmer Isak. Matt, let's face it, there's no money backing odds on favourites Liverpool. No, there's not. Definitely not. But to be honest, I wouldn't be backing title winners anyway. There's no money on that anyway. You're better off doing, you know, maybe... Or do Liverpool, if you think that's who's going to win the league, but do it as part of a combined ACCA where you do, like, Liverpool to win the Premier League. I don't know. Southampton to win the Championship. Cardiff to win League One. And... I don't know, York City to win the National League or whatever. However way you want to combine it and chop it up. Be yourself, Dylan says Scotland could surprise you. I'll be honest, Dylan. I think Denmark have got that one wrapped up. Scotland, I'd be very surprised if Scotland were able to get any more than a point out of that one. Mitchell Greasley, Southampton to win the Championship. Have you seen where they are in the league? It was purely I'm not saying that's who I think will win the Championship. I'm saying I would advise, if you're going to do a bet on a team to win the league, I would do it as part of a tier of bets, picking whoever you think is going to win the league. But yeah, I don't necessarily think Southampton are going to win the Championship, but they're not a bad shout. They've done quite well so far. Couple of late victories anyway. Ryan Manning's had a good start to the season. Oh, I tell you what, Wales are defending very dangerously the last 20 minutes. The Real Donut, why you changed the channel name? I haven't, mate. It's still the same. Reece, I'm going to put a bet on Sunderland to win the league. Joe's going to love you. Luton. Luton ain't winning the league. Luton to win the league, the Championship, and then the Prem in 3 seasons, and then the Champions League in 4. Alright, well, it's a corner kick here to Kazakhstan. Last 20 minutes of this one. Big 20 minutes in Astana. And it's going to be a free kick. Referee's blown up. It's 10 mil in my bank account, easy. Mitchell, I just dropped in and that's the first thing I heard, so I thought that's what you were saying. No, I wasn't pushing for Southampton to be Championship winners. Who do you think would be out of interest? Again, plenty of teams have a poor start. Plenty of teams have a good start and fall away. Coventry have had a really good start. Quite feasible that Coventry fall away. I think West Brom have had a really good start. Especially after last season under Tony Mowbray, they kind of fell apart towards the end. But I think under Ryan Mason this season, they might have a better chance. Did really well to win at Stoke the other day, of course. Stoke have had a good start to the season. But then lose at home to West Brom. So I don't feel like there is really a standout winner. Everyone thought Ipswich would be a certainty to win it this year. And they've not had a great start. Still don't fancy Wrexham or Birmingham, though. Reece, they really have to get you on the fan debate, Key. I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe. It'd be interesting if they did get me on. I'd love that. I appreciate you putting that on Twitter, though, the other day, man. That was really nice of you. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, God, I've been tagged in a comment. And it was you telling Sky Sports to get me on Get me on the overlap. Be yourself, Dylan. Who's that rat that's just unsubscribed? I've just noticed. Oh, I don't know. I lose 1 or 2 a day. And then I gain like 5 or 6. So I don't know. I must be doing something to annoy people. Superstar. I think Birmingham will win the championship and Ipswich will come back to second. Birmingham? Oh no, I don't think Birmingham have got enough. Unless they invest big in January. Matt G, West Brom, Leicester, Stoke, Borough. Borough are a dark horse. I'll give you Borough. But I like West Brom. I think West Brom could be a good shout for it this year. Reese, they really have to get you on. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Just thought I'd mention it again. Lemon Tree, what do you think of Man United not signing a midfielder? I think that ultimately costs them in terms of Champions League qualification. They're miles off it as far as the top 6, top 7. I think they're probably good enough right now, even with the goalkeeper they've brought in. United probably just about good enough for 9th or 10th. No higher, though. I'd be amazed if they got any higher. Superstar thinks Borough will fall off. Got some good signings, though. Obviously, losing Finn Azaz. That's a big loss, isn't it? Finn Azaz going to Southampton. You have to think that Southampton will improve with that sort of a signing. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they got on. Mitchell Greasy, lost 1, won 1, drawn 2, Southampton. Poor start. Leicester for me. Watched Leicester the other day. They seemed all over the place against Birmingham. Yeah, they were... Fatawu looks really good. Obviously, he scored a worldie against, was it Charlton the week before? I just feel like Leicester look a little bit up and down, I guess. All over the place, but winning. Yeah, well, that's true enough. Very true. Are you a Leicester fan, by the way? Lemon Tree, what's your view on billionaire or millionaire buying non-league clubs? As long as their intentions are right and they try to, you know, they try to invest in the right places and build a proper football club and not just milk the club or cut corners and they're in it for the long haul, I think that's the right thing to do. Matt G says Millwall can't win at home but unbeaten on the road. I get Millwall were very similar last season though. Again, Millwall could be a dark horse. Mitchell Greasley, all over the place, aren't they? Still winning the league. I'm a Leicester fan, yes. Liverpool aren't all over the place. What are you talking about? Liverpool are resilient as anything. No team concedes 2 in the late stages and then still goes on to win it. We can win in different ways. Leicester, I think, are going to be a team that will certainly compete in the top. I think at the start of the season, someone asked me who do you think is going to come up. And I think I said Leicester would be good for the playoffs. I think Southampton and Ipswich will probably be good for the playoffs. I'm surprised with how bad Ruben Sellers is doing, mind. He's definitely leaving that. There's no way he stays in that job. But yeah, I think West Brom and Coventry might just surprise a few. Reese, what happens first? Liverpool to win 2 more titles or Newcastle to win the Champions League? Liverpool to win 2 more titles. And Reece, Sheffield United are having a howler. It's beautiful. That's it. Who finishes higher this season? Sheffield United or Sheffield Wednesday? Wales are in here. What a run this is. Must be. Hit it. Oh, what a save, keeper. Unlucky. Good play that by Wales. Really, really sharp, incisive stuff. One touch around the edge of the box. Laid off, and it was Harry Wilson. Such a strong left foot, but it was Luke Harris as well. Luke Harris coming out of the Fulham Academy. Some really, really good talent coming out of Fulham. Josh King as well. Luke Harris. Some good players in there. Superstar, did you see the video of Sellers clapping sadly in front of the fans while they chanted for him to be sacked? I didn't, but that's really sad if that's the case. They've not got a lot of patience, have they, those Blades? They were screaming for Chris Wilder, to be honest, weren't they? Thank you for the follow as well, by the way, Mitchell. I really appreciate that. Lemon Tree, who's the dirtiest player in the Premier League, past and now? Right, I would say past Joey Barton. It has to be, doesn't it? He was about as bad as they get. There's a few others, obviously. You know, you could look at Roy Keane, like leaving a few on people. I was going to say Margaret Thatcher then. Ben Thatcher. Ben Thatcher had a few bad tackles, but I would probably go with, even Lee Cattermole was a bit dirty. I would go with Joey Barton as the dirtiest, and I would go with now, the dirtiest now. Who's the dirtiest player now? Dirtiest player now. I always think Bernardo Silva's a bit of a... Oh, that's a naughty one. That should be a free kick, ref. That's a free kick and a yellow card. Speaking of dirty, Kazakhstan have just absolutely wiped out. I think it was Lewis Kumas cutting in from the left-hand side. It wasn't. It was Nico Williams, actually. Good play. Who do you think's the dirtiest player in the Premier League, past and present? Let's do that. I would go Joey Barton. Shelley agrees with me. Superstar, he is so leaving if they don't turn it around quick. Matt G, trust me, Sheffield United have been so unlucky. They will come good and fly up the table. There's enough players in there, isn't there? Did they end up selling Hamer in the end? I didn't see. There was rumours that Hamer was going to, I think it was PSV, but I can't remember if it actually went through in the end. Reese, he was clapping the fans and they were chanting sacked in the morning. Ben Lewis, can I support Rangers if I'm a Catholic? Support who you want for me, mate. Stephen King, are you watching Germany later? No, I'm watching Luxembourg against Northern Ireland. That's me watch along for tonight, mate. Superstar, Barton's surely got to be it. And Matt G says it has to be Robbie the Anchor Savage. We watched Robbie Savage's team the other day against Forest Green. Oh, sorry, Forest Green against Morecambe in the National League. And then we watched Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes was another naughty, dirty player, wasn't he? We watched Mark Hughes against his Carlisle United side against newly promoted Brackley Town last night in the Northern League. In the National League, sorry. Reece, Granit Xhaka for Arsenal has to be up there. AM20 says Joe Linton. Yeah, both very first shouts. I'm trying to think of who Liverpool's dirtiest player would be. Probably Andy Robertson. El Hadji Diouf, yeah. Oh, he was just horrible. He's not even a dirty player. He's just a vile person. AM20, McAllister. McAllister gets fouled more often than not, though. I don't think McAllister would qualify as our dirtiest player. Maybe, I don't know. Liverpool have held the record as well for a good few years on the lowest number of yellow cards in the division under Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp always seemed to have teams that, you know, didn't get booked or didn't get sent off an awful lot. And some would say, oh no, that's because the referees were in his pocket. But we just never did. We never seemed to get an awful lot of yellow cards. So the closest thing I would say to, you know, a player that was dirty was probably Andy Robertson. He was a bit of a rat. Shelley, all of them dirty players. Matt G says Slovakia 0, Germany 1, and Mark Hughes, what a goal scorer with a perm. Well, yeah, lots of good goal scorers about them, wasn't there? Sparky, Reese, Martin Skirtle, yeah, nails. Martin Skirtle, he could definitely. Oh, Kazakhstan again, nearly 1-1. Martin Skirtle was definitely one for fouling players. Mamadou Sakho. Again, wasn't really dirty. He was just dead clumsy. He was a reckless centre half, Mamadou Sakho. He was like Bambi on ice at the best of times. Matt G, John Fashanu, horrid player. Didn't want Carlton Palmer. Carlton Palmer had a bit of a reputation for leaving one-on players. He was a bit of a feisty midfielder. Same as Patrick Vieira, really. Patrick Vieira was a little bit like that. Again, really talented, top player, but just not, you know, bit of an head case at times. Jaime Ramos. Oh, yeah, if we're not talking Premier League, then Sergio Ramos is up there. Zinedine Zidane, you know, I remember Roy Keane talking about, you know, nasty players that he's played against. And he said Zinedine Zidane was up there. And he said, like, you know, you could talk about how good Zidane was, and he was special. But he was nasty as well. He would always leave one on you. He was always, you know, studs down the back of your leg, and he'd pinch you and all that sort of stuff. He wasn't he wasn't this like graceful, wonderful player all the time. He was nasty as well, Zidane. Lemon Tree, Duncan Ferguson and Neil Ruddock. Christ, them two could start a fight in an empty room, couldn't they? Craig Bellamy was a little bit. Craig Bellamy was nasty. He's obviously Wales manager now. Mitchell Greasley, most red cards in a Liverpool shirt was Gerrard, I'm sure. I think you're probably right, actually. Yeah, and that's from a Liverpool fan. I'm not quite sure. Probably was, yeah. He did get a fair few. So the most red cards for Liverpool in Premier League history is Gerrard with 6, then it's Mascherano with 3, and then it's Fowler, Henderson, Pepe Reina, and Curtis Jones with 2. What if we just do all Premier League all time? Players with the most red cards in the Premier League. Duncan Ferguson, 8. Richard Dunn, 8. Patrick Vieira, 8. Lee Cattermole, 7. Roy Keane, 7. Vinnie Jones, 7. Alan Smith, 7. I reckon if you broke that down to like red cards per games played, I reckon Alan Smith is probably the dirtiest player of all time then. Maybe Duncan Ferguson, actually. Mitchell Greasley, Gerrard had the same reds as Vinnie Jones. No, Gerrard had 6, Vinnie Jones had 7. So not quite. Very nearly, but not quite. Change for Kazakhstan here. A couple of changes for Kazakhstan as we enter the last 5 minutes. Satpayev has gone off. The young 17-year-old that has just signed for Chelsea. Plays for Kairat Almaty, of course, who knocked Celtic out. Big old move, that, for a 17-year-old Kazakh. He's the great white hope. And it's a corner to Kazakhstan here. Ryan would be Joe Linton if the refs didn't give him special treatment. And Reese says most top X players say that Moussa Dembele was the best player they've played with or against. I think Moussa Dembele is one that surprises a few. Yeah, I'm not sure about best player, but he was up there, wasn't he? He was a good player. Really good player. Shelley, wow, watched him before on FIFA Plus, got sent off in his last game. And Carlton Palmer played for England, enough said. Zidane said Roy Keane is the best midfielder he ever played against. And Matt G says, my most dirtiest team ever, Wimbledon FC. Yeah, the crazy gang. Shelley says, big Dunkovs. D, what do you think the Dutch are going to do tonight? I think they'll win quite comfortably, yeah. They'll be fine. Mitchell Greasy said Gerrard had 7 for Liverpool and 1 for England, apparently. Did he really? Well, according to this, he only had 6 Premier League red cards. Let me see. A total of 7. Oh, so it's 6 for Liverpool, 1 for England. Yeah, so it's 6 for... It's the other way around. It's not 7 and then 1 for England. Ryan, didn't he go like 6 months without being tackled? Probably, yeah. That makes makes a lot of sense. Reece Buonanotte said he couldn't wait to play champs football for Chelsea and then gets left out of the team. Wales can't play like this against Belgium. Well, they did. I thought they did quite well against Belgium. They was 3-0 down. You've got to remember, 3-0 down. They got it back to 3-3, and then they end up getting back to 4-3. So unlucky, you could say, the Wales team against Belgium. D, what do you think the score's going to be for the Dutch? 3-0. Lemon Tree, which underrated player deserved to win the Ballon d'Or? Gerrard. There's plenty of players who did win the Ballon d'Or who didn't deserve to win it. Thierry Henry deserved to win it. Gerrard deserved to win it. And then you get players like Nedved who did win it. I actually don't think Shevchenko deserved to win it for what it's worth. And he was a very good centre forward, Shevchenko, but I don't think he was ever Ballon d'Or worthy. I don't think George Weah did, to be honest. If you look at George Weah was a very good centre forward, but he wasn't Ballon d'Or worthy. Reese, it's so mad that Lineker was never booked during his career. He was never booked. I thought he was never sent off. Sure, Lineker was booked. Surely he was booked. Oh, yeah, 600 club and international games, not a single yellow or red card that earned him the FIFA Fair Play Award in 1990, although he admitted to using dark arts such as stamping on opponents' toes and pinching. Ah, he's just a rat then, isn't he? He's just a rat that didn't get caught. Lemon Tree, who would score the more goals, Ekatike or Gyökeres? I think Gyökeres will score more than Ekatike, but that's because he'll start every game, and I think he'll get penalties and he'll get. But Gyökeres, I don't think he's going to do very well. I just think Gyökeres maybe scores 16 or 17, and maybe Ekatike scores 15, 14 or 15. D, who is going to score? I couldn't tell you. Cody Gakpo with 2. Reese, that's the nicest thing you've said about him since he signed. Are you okay? No, it's nothing to do with him. It's more to do with the fact that he'll start all the games. And he will. If Ekatike was starting all the time for Liverpool, it wouldn't even be a question. But Gyökeres, he's Mr. Average, isn't he? Matt says, I don't remember Steven Gerrard getting a red card for England. And Matt G says, Holland 2, Poland 0. I'll have to see who did Gerrard get his red card against. Gyökeres already stat padding versus the relegation battling teams. Exactly, this is it. This is where he's going to pick up his goals against the likes of Leeds and Burnley and those sorts of teams. Matt, if Gary Lineker was not a footballer, the Steve Davis and Steve Hendry would 0 world snooker titles. Why was he a good snooker player? Gerrard was sent off for England. It was against Ukraine at Wembley. Gerrard was sent off in the 88th minute after receiving a second yellow card for a tackle on Dennis Garmash, and the match ended in a 1-1 draw. So it was kind of the. Would that have been under the McLaren reign? Who was manager of England in 2012? Oh, Roy Hodgson. Oh. Reese says, play Max Darman up top, I say. And Ryan Lamb going over a year without a foul is insane too. He was some player, wasn't he? Lemon Tree, will this be Pep's last season at Man City and who will replace him? So we had this conversation the other day. This is an interesting one. I do think Pep will stay another year because I don't think he wins the league this year at City. So unless there's any update on the whole 115 thing, which admittedly there could be, if there is any update on 115, that might influence his decision. Maybe he does leave in a cloud of, disappointment, and maybe City get relegated or get titles stripped, or I don't know. That might influence his decision. He might go sooner. But I don't think he does leave without having won another title. I'd be amazed if he did. As far as who replaces him, we talked about this on the channel the other day, and my take is that it will be Fabian Hürzeler of Brighton. There's a lot of other good young managers about, but I think Fabian Hürzeler at Brighton ticks a lot of boxes, and I feel like maybe Vincent Kompany just isn't quite good enough, even though he's City through and through, and he seems to be one of the obvious shouts. I think Fabian Hürzeler's the one who'll replace him. Ryan, I can't even see him winning next year either. I mean, it depends who they sign. You know, City, they're not that far away. That's a foul for Kazakhstan against Wales, right on the edge of the box. And we've had 4 minutes of added on time here. And there is seconds left, but it's a free kick to Kazakhstan. 20 yards out. Dead centre, pretty much. And it's a huge opportunity, this, to get an equaliser in this game. This would be devastating for Wales. This is massive here for Wales. They have to try and keep the Kazakhs out, because Kazakhstan, this would be absolutely heartbreaking. It'd be a choker for Wales. Oh, off the bar! Oh, they've hit the bar again. Kazakhstan, honestly, Wales have ridden their luck today. Let's make it clear. Kazakhstan 0, Wales 1. It's been blown up there. The referee has blown up for full time. Oh my God, Wales living dangerously. How they managed to get the win there, I'm not entirely sure. Kazakhstan hitting the bar twice, including in the very last second of the game. Karl Darlow wasn't getting anywhere near that. It was right in the postage stamp. But a big 3 points for Wales, it has to be said. Reece, the fact Owen won the Prem Golden Boot at 17 and 18 is mental. The fact he won the Ballon d'Or not long after that is even more mental, to be honest. 20, wasn't he, when he won the Ballon d'Or? Crazy. So close, says Superstar. Well, listen, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate you being in the live today. I'm going to be back in about 2 hours, there or thereabouts. I'll be back in about 2 hours for Luxembourg against Northern Ireland. So if you want to join along with me and do another watch along, we're going to be doing another FIFA World Cup qualifier from another British team. Luxembourg v Northern Ireland. That kicks off 7:45 tonight. I'll be live at 7. So make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed on YouTube. Get across if you've liked and subscribed on TikTok as well. That's all the better. But make sure you've liked and subscribed. I'll be live again in a couple of hours' time, and I will see you all for Luxembourg v Northern Ireland. Take it easy.